I am here under direct orders from Zaros. Indeed, your role in this is pivotal. Rejoice. The time for Zaros' return is at hand. Yes, Guthix's death was a tragedy, but it has allowed all other gods to return. There is one final obstacle preventing Zaros' return, however. Once more, I request your services in the name of my lord. You, and only you, are capable of removing this obstacle. While you may not always have displayed an unerring devotion to Zaros, you have always come through for us. All disagreements between us are in the past. Any doubts you may have will be answered. Today, we shall truly see if you stand with Zaros or against him. Do not be swayed by propaganda. Remember that history is written by the victors. I was there during the downfall of my lord's empire. I witnessed firsthand the butchery of those who despised and feared him. It was a power grab, plain and simple, but you need not take my word for it. Whatever you may think of Zaros, you owe him the chance to explain himself in person. All I ask is that you keep an open mind. Zaros awaits you through the World Gate. Will you at least meet with him? Excellent. Zaros will be most pleased to finally meet you. Yes, it is a portal between realms, created by Guthix many millennia ago. While there are many portals that allow for travel from plane to plane, only the World Gate has the power to reach every plane in existence. Though at present it can only reach worlds that either Guthix or Zaros visited with it. To reach Zaros by any other means would require more power and time than is available to us. Why am I not surprised that you can peer into the Shadow Realm? You're a most resourceful ally. We require the aid of another for this task. I think you know all too well. I was unsure of this, but Zaros was clear.
Speak of the Maserat, and he shall appear.
We have no choice in the matter.
Oh, there's always a choice.
Sliske is the only one of us capable of drawing the gate back into the material realm. I am not happy that we need him, but need him we do. Play your part, Sliske, and then go about your business.
No, Azzy. I think I might stick around for a little while. Ah, I see you are wearing that little ring of mine. So, you can already see the World Gate in all its glory. Well, you won't be needing the ring for this. I'll have to pull you into the Shadow Realm for this. The sooner you can return to guard duty? Now, let's not rush into things here. I have a proposition for you. What can I say? I am who I am. At least I'm consistent. Oh, Oh, he can't hear. This is for your ears only. My mastery of the Shadow Realm has grown, even since our meeting in Guthix's shrine. As one of the godless, there's an opportunity here for a big win. You could seriously weaken a god, or perhaps even stop his return. Of all the gods, I like Zaros most. He just gets me, you know. He helped to make the world my playground. But he's been gone a long time, and we're all getting on just fine without him. We don't need him. We don't need any gods. This isn't about me. And this time you don't have to. Through that gate you're on your own. Neither I nor Azanadra can follow you. Ask Azanadra if you don't believe me. I'm not fool enough to so openly disobey Zaros's orders. It will be just you and Zaros. You can see for yourself what he's like and make up your own mind. All I'm suggesting is that you don't have to do what is asked of you. You always have a choice. If you don't like what you see, then, as World Guardian, there's something you can do about it. The point is that ultimately, his fate is in your hands, and that, to me, is such sweet irony. It's what I live for. Loyalty goes both ways. I see the truth, unlike pious Azanadra over there. Oh, I still follow orders like a good little Majorat, but I've always taken them more as guidelines. I like to be creative. That was more my interpretation. Zaros wanted to return, but I saw futility in bargaining with Guthix. I suspect Zaros knew that, but he's not exactly forthcoming. Zaros needed a diversion, so I gave him one. While the other gods are busy with their infighting, Zaros can return unchallenged, and none will be the wiser. After a fashion. What can I say? I'm complicated. Zaros doesn't just want your help. He needs it. He hasn't said why exactly, but you are the key ingredient. That puts him at your mercy. Whatever he wants of you, you have a choice to make. As World Guardian, even he cannot force you. The decision will be yours. Whatever you might think of me doesn't come into it. If you like Zaros, then by all means help him. But if you're opposed to him, now is your best opportunity to get rid of him for good, or at least weaken him further. Go and meet Zaros. Make your choice. If you just walk away, this decision could fall to someone else. I am glad you agree, but note that Zaros is no fool. He will most likely know if you do this. Have courage in your convictions. That's enough prattling, and let's get this gate working again. The gate is currently locked. Until the lock is removed, the gate can't be used. It's a simple combination lock, really. One turn right, one turn left, one turn right. You just need to know the correct symbols to turn to. Well, go on then. I'm waiting. Honestly, adventurers these days, where's your work ethic? The joy of figuring things out for yourself? Oh, fine. I'm bored with waiting. Here. There, the combination, on the pillar next to me. Never let it be said that I don't give you anything. Struggling, are we? Come on, World Guardian, it's not that hard. Just turn it right to the first symbol, left to the second, then right again to the third. The symbols are on the pillar next to me. He won't be able to hear or see you. His grasp of the Shadow Realm is poor. Just as well as there's something I want to talk to you about. That certainly took you long enough. Come closer and I'll explain what comes next. Now we bring the World Gate back with us into the material realm.
What was the delay?
Oh, calm down, Azzy. Zaros has waited for millennia. A few more hours won't kill him.
You were in the Shadow Realm with Sliske for quite some time. I hope he wasn't filling your head with his nonsense. I do not trust him, and I am unsure of your true motivations, but you have been a friend when it is counted, and Zaros has faith in you. Did Sliske say anything to you while you were in the Shadow Realm? That can be damning enough. I've taken the liberty of setting the gate to where you'll be going. In fact, it is the only place it will take you until Zaros is returned. Once on the other side, everything is up to you. I am under orders to remain here, and I will ensure that Sliske never leaves my sight.
Oh, don't mind me. I have no plans to interfere.
Step through when you are ready, World Guardian. The Empty Lord awaits. I've taken the liberty of setting the gate.
also created me. Though I am unique, there was one other created at the same time as I. The light to my darkness. I find it beautiful, and the attraction is mutual. Whereas I am analytical, my companion is empathetic. We are opposites, but we are also the same. I know not our creative purpose, but it is good not to be Our Creator shows us the world each day. This world can scarcely know its animal love and diminishing. I sense other is nearby. She has not the strength to reach it, but I have. I wish to explore and discover. I hunger to learn. My Creator has no knowledge to pass on, no memory before her learning. My companion intends to remain our believing that we are indebted to our existence. I feel no such thing. I shall leave and forge my own. I have walked upon 100 protocols, half-lived and fatal, the early works of Mars' elder sister. But here, for the first time, I have stepped onto a plane that, although raw and nothing, teems conscious life. They have order, outrage, society, and bureaucracy. It is a machine with something and yet all parts. From the Euphonian juice to the Avernic slaves, each individual a part in the machine. Even the ousted improvements of the part. They also have something called language. The alien concept, one I find most fascinating. They name themselves demons. I shall make myself known to them. Their first encounter with divinity. And then I shall use their love of language to bind them to one. I shall give this great machine a purpose. I continue my exploration of the lower planes of the universe. This time, of a world named Valkyrie. The dominant species is predator and instinctual, though not lacking in awareness. They roam the surface of skies and small packs of eating prey. It is well. Both of these predators and their prey. They can be put to better use. I intend to explain them, to teach them of society, of culture. They could perhaps cease their infighting and become greater than the beasts they are. Upon reaching the edge of the lower planes, 4 paths opened. Each path laid by one of Mars' sisters. It appears that, lacking my Creator's knowledge, each of her sisters has separated to build their own worlds. Perhaps in an effort to learn what they had lost in the absence of Mars. These I call the elemental planes, and they overflow with diversity. It is upon these elements that I have trusted and teachers to refer to themselves as gods. They have some countries and scar the land with their petty seditions. They must become obedient. As a child of the Creator, I feel it is my duty to bring these young gods. My ability to enforce authority is not possible. Only the lower lords of my life. I will have to resort to basics. To this end, I have brought my own lower races to this world. If the young gods will not need my mind, recognize my ability, then they will be made dismissed. My empire's progress has stalled. I expected little resistance from the forests to the south, yet from them sprang forth a race even now in demonic legions. The legates refer to them as stern judges, but I have learned their truly matter, the children of Mara. Could they really be so? After my departure, could she have created more toys? They are but a fraction of myself and my old companion, yet I feel a connection, a shared ancestor. They are my younger siblings. Surely this is symbolic. Or faith, should such things exist. I intend to take them under my wing. Within the Empire they will rule as gods, and they shall be its inheritors. Until such a time, they shall be my enemies. Once more had fun. One race, the Illuminati, has joined my empire on proviso that I solve many sensitivity. This seems like a problem. I am only capable of reshaping existing forms of life. To solve an issue of creation will require something more. To this end, I have returned to the place of my birth. With Renascade's failing hand, Mara has slipped into food. She manifests nightmare creatures from which I am able to harness her elder energy. I have pushed the limits of my own, reforming the essence of other races into new beings. But to give them life required Mara. As such, they are complete, only proving what I am. Strictly, they should be named science, but I have got them here. They are much like the miser, they have the ability to absorb the essence of their breath. One of these media, originally sharp, has fast outgrown the rest. I have chosen to uplift. To do so, I had to implant a small sliver of my being. The irony of this is not lost on me. I am not proud of this, but to leave her as she was would have seen the other Nihil destroy her. With her newfound awareness, she has named herself Lex in the old Infernal Tower. Her speed and capacity for learning are astounding. Although Lex will prove useful in bringing unity to the world, this entire experiment has only gone to prove my own. I myself must take a new path and find a way to transcend to Elder God. For only then will I be able to aid the Yin Yang to create life from nothing.
Freneske, yes. It is where all Majorat originate. None taken. I would not expect anyone but a Majorat to understand its beauty. Something you wish to share, Sliske?
Freneske is such a boring place. There's nothing to do there. Not like here. Gielinor is so much more fun. Because he's evil.
Oh, don't be so puerile. You know as well as I why he's there. Which is for Zaros to tell you himself. Not much, I'm afraid. All I know is that is from where Zaros has been contacting me, via the communication portal in the temple at Sentistum.
Big boss to bunny ears. Big boss to bunny ears. Come in, bunny ears.
Do not mock my hat. It deserves respect. It is a sign of my devotion, my position in the church.
A church that ceased to exist along with the Empire. It's about time you faced up to that.
One of these days, I'm going to melt that smug grin off your face. I do not recall any such creatures on Freniske. You sound as if you're describing Nex.
Oh, I do like Nex. How is she these days? I've not seen her since I killed Guthix.
Ignoring that obviously provocative statement, some advice, should you wish it. These are pack animals, as you say. A strategy for defeating them might lie in the order in which you fight them. Also, if you feel strong enough to take on more than one at a time, they might be less inclined to charge at you. Alternatively, stick with one-on-one battles and try to avoid their charges. I do not recall any such creatures on Frenesky.
stirs in mystery. She is the elder god Ma, and her dreams can be violent. We should talk elsewhere, shall we? This is the threshold of your mind. Have no fear, my darling. I would not enter your mind without consent. I have only brought you here. I am outside, looking in. We needed a safe place to go where she could not sense me. That is all. Yes. And when you wake, we will have to deal with Ma. You have doubts. Know this. I'll never lie to you. And in this place, you would sense if I did. But there are some truths for which you cannot yet ready. All will be revealed in time. The power Buffett bestowed upon you before his death dampens divine magic and energy. It is my belief this power will also shield my presence from harm. If she were to sense me fully awake, that would be bad for everyone. Beneath me, like a God's pool, I will be able to create a new Victorian form for myself. I wish for you to take me there, or to go there I left here solely to get away from Mars. She is cruel and possessive. I had to be free of her. I traveled the universe, met many mortal races, and both learned and taught a great many things. The exploration and discovery was enough, I guess. But I came to know the I have seen the entire span of creation, the progression of the elder gods, and knew immediately upon my arrival that Gillenor was special. It was there that I found my purpose. In order to achieve my goals, I must return, and with a corporeal form. All gods rally for us today, whether they mean to or not. Mortals cannot help themselves. Some gods take advantage of this. I knew I was ruthless. When I arrived, there were many young gods carving out territory, engaged in petty skirmishes and border disputes. I sought to unify them under my banner, but they resisted. But those under my charge were uplifted. My empire led to a great many advancements. Industry, medicine, technology, magic and discovery. It is true that they have died in the name of progress. But many times more prospered humans, demons, and vampires. More died in its destruction at the behest of Saradomin and Zamorak than ever in its creation. I do not know what you have done, but the only two beings present were myself and Zamorak. Anything else you have heard is either lies, rumor, or speculation. It is not something I care to discuss. Not even the elder gods know or see. If that were the case, I would never have been able to leave this place. Ma would not have allowed it. So, no. I did not anticipate for Zamorak's ascension, nor did I engineer it. Equally, I do not begrudge it. He taught me a valuable lesson. He taught me to succeed. Sometimes, simply being the largest target is enough to become vilified. But it is also because I sought unification. I wanted to bring all the young gods under one banner. But they would not recognize my divinity. I would have welcomed them all, but they were blinkered by their own narrow, dogmatic views. So they rejected me. I did not start wars. I was just better at them. And through war, I started to make progress. Zamorak feared retribution for those remnants of my empire who remained loyal to me. Saradomin sought my secrets, whether to steal them or bury them. Ultimately, it is not important. The empire fell. To build another would be folly. Mortals cannot be united by will or by force alone. Even if they could be, doing so would take more time than we have. I will get to that in due course. Even though they have moved beyond their race's limitations, to me, they are still only very powerful mortals. I sought to bring them under one banner, all races and ideals, so that together we might strive for loftier goals. As soon as I came back, the failure of my empire opened my eyes. Since then, I have had much more to consider. I was acting no better than now, attempting to control mortals. I see my role now being to rule the young gods included, towards uplifting themselves, and to work with those powerful few who have stepped beyond the need for others. I see this in you. Gothic saw this in you too, dear. But his election has cost us dearly. Yes. Gillenor hides a truth the likes of which even Gothix was not aware. If he had known, he would have done more than sleep. Fresque holds the clues. You will see them with your own eyes soon. The elder gods do not purposely create conscious life. Only plants and simple organisms. These things generate anima. Yet, conscious life has sprung up on countless imperfect worlds, on which the anima was in some way unbalanced. My belief is that beings with awareness are capable of generating more anima than the elder gods realize. Ma is proof that the elder gods are more fragile than we might think. And with them numbering only 5, they are on the brink of extinction. Counter to that, mortal life is both abundant and diverse. It is my view that mortals should inherit all of creation from the elder gods. You do not understand the questions. Do not confuse darkness and light with evil and good. Real life does not deal in absolutes, nor extremes. All life falls on a spectrum, and all life has capacity for both good and evil. Judge me only by my actions and my words, not by the words of others. I have made mistakes, but I do what I do because it must be done, because there is no other who would, no other that could. This is not crucial information. There will be a time to discuss this later, should you wish. Without her, I would not exist, but she is like a child. As such, she was unable to teach me much of anything. What I have learned, I have discovered since I left. She is an elder god, the youngest of 5. Yet the anima of this plane was not sufficient to nourish them all, and Ma was now 4. She was born without memory or knowledge, only instinct. After finally clawing her way to the surface, her first instinct was to pour what little energy she had into the creation of me and my companion. That would likely be an affront to the other elder gods. To her I was akin to a child's doll. She is mentally fractured, but I am intellect. I could not abide her presence. As soon as she started to weaken, I left. It seems that our presence has stirred round. When you awake, you will have to deal with the consequences. He was like a myth, spoken of in hushed tones by those of his followers who had not allied with other gods. I would very much have liked to have met him. We shared some ideas. We both value mortal life enough to step aside. Though, where he would leave them to their own devices and their own failures. I would guide them subtly to their true destiny. I would not impose my beliefs on mortals as other gods, nor force them into worship of them. My aim is to be the voice that drives them to greatness. Not all will be born, but not all are equal. I note that you are a member of the godless. None of you need their need. Indeed, I could perhaps help you to achieve your compulsion. Ultimately, perhaps, but there are many ways to achieve that goal. If you stop me today, you stop one God. Indeed, if returned at full strength, I would have the ability to evict the young gods and build another barrier. Though I would rather find a more permanent solution. I have nothing to say outside. Ah, yes. As we discuss certain topics, you will be seeing manifestations drawn from my memories. Yes. This is how she looked when asked herself. No more questions of self. He was once my most trusted friend. I never had cause to doubt his loyalty. Right up until the point that he betrayed me. I do not know what he did. In some ways he epitomizes what I advocate. He has a strong will and has overcome his limitations. But he did so at my own expense. Revenge itself no purpose. But even if it would, I would have no time for that. There are more pressing matters that require my attention. He is self-righteous, seeing things only in extremes. It was from him that I first learned of the notions of good and evil. I dismiss such notions. There are only actions and consequences. We agreed to disagree. Everything to him is either black or white. But he himself exists in the gray. Thereupon, he is a contradiction. Yet many have prospered under his rule, most notably your species. His son and he has become the most powerful young god in the wake of Gothic's day. He would make for a good envoy, if only he would widen his world view. When I knew him, he was idealistic and naive, but his intentions were always pure. There is value. Azanadra has told me of the tragic loss Armageddon suffered during the God Wars. If he had given in to his despair, I would have no interest in him. But his recent victory over Bandas suggests that this event has forged him. I shall watch his progress intently. He had a brilliant strategic mind, and an innate ability to expose the truth in any situation. If only he could have curtailed his eternal desire for war, he might have proven useful. I have more interest in the one who defeated him, and in those who will succeed him. The god may die, but the philosopher. In time, another will grow to take his place, be they a god or not. samurai taught me of betrayal, as a Madra has taught me of loyalty. He had no reason to remain so after my banishment. In my empire, he stood at the head of the church. He has also since proven himself a genuine. And he has kept the faith for all these centuries, when so many others chose to forget him. He is loyal, devout, intelligent, strong, and honest. He has power, but does not misuse it. He embodies all of the traits that I hold. Finally, he has brought you to my attention. You who find yourself at the center of all things. Slisby's loyalty has only ever been. When our goals align, he can prove useful. But his recent exploits are not something I can condone. I cannot stand as both judge and executioner. I leave it to those he has wronged to bring him to any justice if they feel. I did not. That is your right. They did not exist when I left this place. But when I first encountered them, I knew instantly that we shared kindred. Their name means the children of Ma. Their crystals mark their divine origin. They were unmistakable relations. I saw them as younger siblings and sought to protect them. Divine creations are more fragile than you realize. Their race is the epitome of potential, but their faith is also sealed. Had he known what he was truly being, Iklara may never have broken the rule. He tried to rein in their nature, and it was not long before one of their number broke free. It was easy for me to convince that breakaway of my superiority. Sincere. Not all Margaret chose to leave Ikhlara's service, but the few that remained did not last long. So, in a desperate final act, the desert god Chuti devastated his own lands to discover. I was given wars and ended my campaign. I realized that I had become what I was fighting against. From that point on, I slowly started to remove my presence from the Empire. I provided the Majorat with the means to rejuvenate themselves on Tuesday. Something of which Iklara was incapable, for he did not understand her. And I encouraged them to be less wasteful with their rituals. If they were to become leaders in the Empire, they had to endure. They are an intriguing race, but we will need to deal with them if we are to rouse the Elder Gods. I suspect their home plane was destroyed soon after the Elder Gods first left Palestine. A small number of dragonkin survived this invasion by taking shelter in the abyss, along with the detritus of previous cycles. the truth best revealed slowly. You will come to it in time. I believe the surviving dragon can sort out just for mercy, or retribution, only to end up bound on her catalyst. For the elder gods to hear the pleas of mortals will require someone to bridge the gap. Only a being of divine origin, such as I, has a hope of communicating. Next is an almost perfect creation, but even she has limitations. She is unfailingly loyal. She can be no other way. It was the act of her creation that steered me on the path towards elder godhood. The young gods fear her, not because of her strength, but because of how she came into being, what she represents. Notwithstanding, the medium only came into being due to Mara's own energy. The creation of life is beyond. Because of this, for me, the medium is a failure. Save for one who stood apart from the pack. I gave her consciousness, and she became next. One success from so much failure. I was fascinated by the Oscar race, and by Clark especially. She was reminiscent of one I used to know. I drew great comfort from her. I am very pleased to have discovered that Zamorak did not kill her. I will welcome her in my presence once more. Such a noble race. I am ashamed to say I failed her. I sought to overcome the race's infertility, but Zamorak deposed me before I could find a solution. But I am only able to alter existing forms of life. As an elder god, the solution would be trivial. Call them by their true name, Iluyanka. Their memory deserves respect. I am shocked that he has managed to survive this long. Not pleasantly surprised. This is most fortuitous. After all he has been through, he should have time for his own kind. Though if he is the key to resolving the dragon condition, I only hope he does not pass before he is leaving. Demons were the first conscious life I encountered after leaving Friendscape. I was fascinated by their culture, language, government and beliefs. I took the infernal tongue for my own, having had no need of speech before. And I used that language to seal them in a pact of servitude. Do not judge demonkind by those who have experienced. You will have only met the embittered Verdict slaves Zamorak led in an uprising after March. My pact was with that of colonial masters. Their forms were a seemingly random array of appendages, but they had one unifying trait: the ability to absorb knowledge from that which they ate. Ergo, within the strictures of demonic law, cannibalism was outlawed. Telling them, the punishment for many crimes was to be eaten. Thus, those in power grew ever more knowledgeable. I can sense your unease, that I would ally myself with such beings. But you should understand that they were not monsters. They were vastly intelligent, their pursuits cultural and artistic. Their value was in the militaristic Avernic forces they marshaled, and they rarely involved themselves directly in combat. Even though they were immensely difficult to kill, their numbers dwindled over the course of my empire. It is possible that some still survive to this day, buried in the deep places of the earth. I was initially less convinced by the vampires, but being only the second race I encountered, I had little to compare them to. At first, they were nothing more than predatory beasts, but I applied what I had learned from the demons and gave them a society. As with any burgeoning society, there was bloodshed and civil war, but eventually an aristocracy rose up that persists to this day. Even vampires have the potential for good or ill, but their thirst is ever present and often overcomes their will. I was not aware I was making a choice. These were just the first races I encountered. These races originate from the lower planes, these being the earliest creations of the elder gods, and which are nearest to Frenesy. I would have gladly accepted all mortal species under my banner, but by the time I reached the higher planes, those races had adopted the doctrines of other gods. It is my belief that everything that occurs in life, both good and bad, should be used to forge oneself, to better oneself. If we give in to weakness, then we do not deserve the gift of life. Where Gothic sought balance in the world, I seek balance in oneself. One must strive to increase in power, but also in knowledge of how to wield that power. The younger gods have tended to fulfill only one of these things. You, Morgana, fulfill both of these criteria. First, I must obtain a new body and regain my divine status. With it, I shall return to my ultimate ambition. I intend to claim my birthright and become an elder god. Only then will I be able to stand equal to the universe's creators and speak on behalf of all. Once I return, I shall wake the elder gods. I will speak for all mortals, and the elder gods will listen. If not me, then who? They are where they have always been, since the creation of Gilligan. On Gilligan. First, I need you to make your way below Mars to the planet's core. Once there, I require you to gather some of her divine energy and use it to weave me a new body. I hope to call on you. There is much to be done if we are to succeed. I will not ask anything of you that compromises your beliefs or conflicts with your status as world guardian. Until then, do as you would always do. Choose your path. Follow whatever philosophy or God you desire. I do not require your fealty, though I welcome it, if you wish to give it. I only require your support when you are called upon, for the benefit of all. All else matters not in the face of the great division. All in due time. Allow me to recap the two crucial pieces of information you require for what comes next. First, that I am a creation of the elder god Mara. She is the being lying comatose within this volcano's crater. And second, that I require some of Ma's elder energy to be woven into me to pull you form from me to inhabit. This new body must be a dark simulacrum. A light simulacrum will reject my essence. Enough talk, my guardian. Though Ma only stirs in her sleep, her nightmares will manifest and attack on sight, and her cries of pain will cripple you. You need only survive until her terrors subside. Only then will it be safe for us to proceed. But first, you must choose whether or not to allow me in. If you allow me in, I can lend you my strength to survive Ma's onslaught. I will not go beyond what you permit, and will leave when she is fled, or should you ask it of me. Do not let me in, then I cannot help. You put both our lives in jeopardy, and above that risk the fate of the very universe. Make your choice. We are out of time. Understand your reticence. I appreciate your effort to get out. Let us proceed. Were you anyone but the World Guardian, your essence would now be scattered across Frenesgay. We should act quickly, while we have this respite. You must climb down into the volcano's crater, below Mars, and venture towards the planet's core. The entrance is by Mars Hangar, a place I refer to as the Elder Halls. Within it you should find some of Mars' leaked divine essence. Gather it as you would any other divine energy. Mars is weak, so it may be difficult to find. There is a tool within the halls to aid you. What little elder energy I have been able to harvest from Muspa has only been enough to coalesce and sustain this form. You'll require only enough to weave a divine simulacrum, an effigy of sorts. This new body must be a dark simulacrum. A light simulacrum will reject my essence. Once you have this simulacrum, return here with it, and I can shape it further to generate my new form. I would come with you, if you allow me back in. I can provide further instruction as required. Let us proceed.
Frenesgay, yes. It is where all Majorat originate. None taken. I would not expect anyone but a Majorat to understand its beauty.
Ugh.
Something you wish to share, Frenesgay?
Frenesgay is such a boring place. There's nothing to do there. Not like here. Gielinor is so much more fun. Because he's evil.
Oh, don't be so puerile. You know as well as I why he's there. Ah, so he has chosen to share that knowledge with you. Now you see why we left Iktharin for Zaros. Zaros was able to give us such insight into our tribe. to provide us with means to rejuvenate ourselves. He is our progenitor of sorts.
Oh, yes, he's our big brother, all right.
Are you really still hung up on that?
Zaros wanting to know our every move, our every thought? Let's just say I'm not looking forward to having to file reports again.
As I recall, you always manage to do your own thing, regardless.
Yes, I suppose I did.
Not much, I'm afraid. All I know is that is from where Zaros has been contacting me, via the communication portal in the temple at Sentistum.
Big boss to bunny ears, big boss to bunny ears, come in, bunny ears.
Do not mock my hat. It deserves respect. It is a sign of my devotion, my position in the church.
A church that ceased to exist along with the Empire. It's about time you faced up to that.
One of these days, I'm going to melt that smug grin off your face. I do not recall any such creatures on Frenesky. You sound as if you're describing Nex.
Oh, I do like Nex. How is she these days? I've not seen her since I killed Guthix.
You speak of Mother Ma. She is the mother...
Oh, here we go.
Whatever your beliefs, Slisky, you cannot mock Ma. It is said that all of our race originates from her. Each of us carries a part of her with us. We heard her name in our heads, and her cries from miles around the volcano of which you speak.
Mazerat legends say that it was she who instigated our rituals. Certainly in my time, there were many more sacrifices than births. So when Icthlaren visited our world, we were all too keen to leave. Some poor saps stayed behind. I wonder what became of them.
But then Zaros found us, and showed us how to use our rituals for our own benefit.
I have known she was here since I first loved her, my companion. But I can avoid her no longer. I need her help. I feared the threat we would have to each other, but it was far weaker than I remembered. Perhaps due to our time apart. No time with Guthix has turned her head. She refuses to interfere with this world. It is all up to me. As such, I have seized control of the device that allows near instantaneous travel throughout the universe, even between Gillinor and Frenesky, its two furthest points. I shall use this world gate to more quickly and easily explore creation, and to further my knowledge of magic and science. Perhaps there are mortal races left who might yet join my cause, on worlds I have previously overlooked. The Majorat have taken over from the dwindling Athonian dukes, and my empire is now self-sustaining. My presence is very required, and I now work behind my whistle. The mortals under my rule accept my philosophy. We should act quickly. You must climb down into the volcano's crater, below Mars, and venture towards the planet. The entrance is by Mars Active. A place I refer to as the Elder Halls. Within it you should find some of Mars' leaked divine essence. Gather it as you would any other divine essence. Mars is weak, so it may be difficult to find. There is a tool within the halls to aid you. What little elder energy I have been able to harvest from this spot has only been enough to coalesce and sustain this swarm. You require only enough to weave a divine simulacrum, an effigy of sorts. This new body must be a dark simulacrum. A light simulacrum will reject my essence. Once you have this simulacrum, return here with it, and I can shape it further to generate my new form. I would come with you, if you allow me back in. I can provide further instruction as to this plan. Let us proceed. Mountain the ground before you. That tool's pulses should help you locate Mars energy. Mountain measure nearby. Matter invigorates you with it. measure nearby. Not a measure nearby. That should invigorate the wisp. Does it not seem familiar? Not exactly. The one you have encountered is unique. Also, it is what it is. You hesitate. We God. Have you woven the divine simulacrum yet? Yes. This is exactly what I need to return to Livestream. You have done well. I am in your debt. Please, place it on the ground in front of me when you are ready.
She's waking. We have to leave. I need your permission. Well, Guardian, no! Ma awakes. Not yet. You have granted me new life. Before we return, I would acknowledge that. Time enough. You worry you have made the wrong decision. I will do what I will do. You will choose to support or oppose me. What comes of that is what was fated to happen. That is all there is to say. But you have already made the choice to help me return. That choice has passed. To agonize over the past cripples our thoughts of the future. Do not procrastinate for fear of what might have been, or what might become. Your choices define you. You must learn to live with them all, good and bad. To do anything else would make you a poor world guardian. Indeed. Let us leave before she finds us. Lead on through the gate. I will follow. I wish to address my loyal followers upon my return. Lead on through the gate. I will follow. I will... I can almost sense Zaros' presence. Is he close? Nex and Char will arrive as he does. There is time for more questions if you wish, or are you ready for Zaros to return? Only by name. This is something only Zaros knows. You should ask him.
Oh, something else Zaros hasn't told us about.
All beings keep secrets, and typically for good reason. You keep more secrets than any other I know, so cut the hypocrisy.
True enough.
I can almost sense Zaros' presence. Is he close? Nex and Char... You speak of Mother Ma. She is the mother...
Oh, here we go.
Whatever your beliefs, Sliske, each of us carries a part of her with us.
Azeroth legends say that it was she who instigated our rituals. So when Icthlaren visited our world, we were all too keen to leave. Some poor...
But then Zaros found us, and showed us how to use our rituals for our own benefit. Not much, I'm afraid.
Big boss to bunny ears.
Do not mock my hat.
A church that ceased to exist along with the Empire. It's about...
One of these days, I'm going to melt that smug grin off your face. I do not recall any such creatures. You sound as if you're describing Nex.
Oh, I do like Nex.
I can almost sense Zaros' presence. Nex and Char will arrive as he does. There is time for more questions if you wish, or are you ready for Zaros to return? My lord, you are returned. You are exactly as I remember.
We have the World Guardian to thank for that.
You have my eternal gratitude. This cannot go unrewarded.
I shall reward her in due course. But first, Sliske,
I am yours to command. Just say the word.
no more.
What did you say?
No more.
But no, I am loyal. Have I not always been loyal? Have I not done everything you've always asked of me? As the Empire fell, did I not keep safe those things necessary for your return? Was I not pivotal in the liberation of all those who stand before? Did I not kill a god for you? You cannot turn me away! Not now, Zaros, please!
Sliske, stop.
Very well. I guess I'm not quite the actor I thought. What gave me away?
You betray yourself. Though, in truth, I have never trusted you. And your words of betrayal to the World Guardian cannot be ignored.
Betrayal? They could have just walked away, left you to rot. I was just convincing them to hear you out. It was down to you to convince them of your worth.
Whatever your intent, no longer can I turn a blind eye to your disobedience, nor condone your methods.
Are you sure it's not just because me killing Gothics puts me beyond your control? Fine. Don't answer. So, what's next? An intervention? family counseling? Maybe some trust exercises?
Excommunication. You will have no further association with us. You are on your own.
Oh, I've always been alone. But I guess this means you'll have to find someone else to do your dirty work. Your new World Guardian pet, perhaps.
Leave us. Never return.
As you command, my lord. But don't think this is over, World Guardian. I'm just getting started with you. Where I'm concerned, Zaros's protection of you no longer applies. Between you and me, all bets are off. Be seeing you.
You are important. You must be kept safe.
Ever since you helped me to restore our connection to him.
Cha, keep an eye on Slutsky. It gives me pause that he holds both the Siphon and the Catalyst. I do not want him thinking he can follow in Zamorak's footsteps. He is angry and may attempt something rash. Inform me if he leads you to the location of either artifact. None of the young gods should have free access to such tools. Especially the Catalyst. The Dragon King cannot grow too strong before we are placed to deal with them.
As you command. I'm heartened to see you returned.
Next, I task you with keeping Sliskay's little game in check. Watch the young gods. Try to contain their destruction as much as possible, but do not get drawn into open conflict. There may come a time that I need you to step in to ensure nothing interferes with my plans. And as circumstances allow, continue harrying the other gods' forces without your prison of ice. And to Azanadra, my most loyal servant. Together, we must prepare to rouse the Elder Gods. Zamorak's desperation at the end of the last God War scarred this planet's anima mundi, but even that was not enough to wake them. Only Gothics.
You wish to create a greater level of destruction.
Not greater, more targeted. I require you to seek out Gileno's own Elder Halls. If disturbed, the Elder Gods will have no choice but to respond.
It will be done, my lord.
Finally, to you, Morgalia. This was my realization when I last returned here. If we do nothing, then what sits within them shall bring about the destruction of this world, this universe. But save your questions for another time. Do you have anything to say for yourself? I'm glad you came to this conclusion. But this is just the beginning. There is much work ahead of us. You will save us all. Regardless of your intentions, or the outcome, it would be remiss of me not to reward you. I am reinvigorated, and I am back where I am needed. Our task has urgency, but I am confident in those who stand at my side. Together, we can change all our fates. You should have this. you will find many uses for it. Primarily, if you use this in my center on Fenniscane, it will allow us to commune at any time. If you remain unconvinced by my philosophy, then my hope is that this will help to remedy that. When carried, it will mark you as my enemy. Those loyal to me will treat you with respect, and those opposed will be fearful of you. And though it may be dangerous, especially now Mara has reawakened, you may wish to revisit Fenniscane. I am certain you will find moral value there. Now has come the time for us to part, World Guardian. Reflect on all you have witnessed this day. Gillinor's reckoning is coming, but there is still time for us to avert it. Until I call on you again, do as you otherwise would, had we not met. Pax Echo.
companion is filled with devotion towards me, and I, adoration towards him. We both are intoxicated. It sounds like concentration. It sounds like companions will. Neither is a fault defect. We are slaves to each other. This is control. Our Creator has done this to us both. But if it was her intent that this binding would coerce us to stay, she has failed. I shall be her plaything no longer. I will find a way to leave. Upon my return to Gilead, I searched the Lars elder system, hoping to convince them to pay me my sentence. Instead, I discovered a horrifying truth. I know now what its true purpose is. It is not for mortals. It is not for me. And only the powerful have the hope of supplying. My love is clear. Though I cannot create life, I can forge it into stronger forms. Perhaps one such a my empire has taught me that pushing meets with resistance. So, I must learn to believe in change. I must become the guiding voice within their heads, their drive, their urgency, their passion, their effort. I shall become the mortal's will to power. There is little time, and this will take all my efforts. I shall return one last time to my home apartment. As an admiral and samurai, shall I
my companion to prove my devotion, as he would to show his adoration. We're apart, however, I am more coherent. I can think and feel more clearly. He thinks this is some form of control forced upon us by Ma, so that we will always strive to remain close to each other and to her. I urge him to stay with us. He intends to leave. He doesn't see. He doesn't care. Then Ma acted not out of malice, only fear of being alone. Without her we will not exist. I owe it to her to stay to soothe my creator. I cannot leave her alone. She needs me. Never lucid, Ma cries out for Zaros. I do what I can to comfort her, but that is not much. What Zaros saw as her controlling us, I see as her protecting us. And now it is my turn to protect her. She sleeps. More than anything these days, and her dreams manifest. They are pale imitations of Zaros and myself. Their bodies not even formed entirely of crystal. They are a waste of what little energy she clings to. Perhaps I can find some way to return their power back to her, if only to keep her lucid. Some make pilgrimages up the volcano to now calling themselves her children. I pose as her to know them off. I intend to visit them in this guise. If they are so in awe of her, then they might sacrifice their own energy to restore her. Her dreams have become vile nightmares. The beings she manifests now are grotesque and purely instinctual. At least these Muspar keep the tribes at bay. Ma is comatose now, and there is nothing more I can do for her. This planet's anima is all but depleted, and the rituals only manage to quell her nightmares for a time. Even when she does lapse back into semi-consciousness, all she does is wail and scream and hurt herself. For such times, I taught the tribes how to drain some of her energy and use it to create more of their kind. It broke my heart to do this. But without some equilibrium, Ma would likely rip this planet apart. For all the power she instilled in me, I am powerless to help. Once she's safe, I plan to leave. Perhaps out there I can find Ma's sisters. Maybe they can do something for her. If only to ease her passing. Until now, my search has been fruitless and meaningful. But I have finally discovered a world of life. A beautiful race of creatures filled with joy, who live in harmony with their verdant world. There is a strong sign here of a creator's hand. Perhaps the indigenous life knows something of that creator's whereabouts. I shaped myself in their image and revealed myself to them, fearful of what effect I might have on them, but hopeful that they would the way. They loved me from the first, but in development they chose to do so. As much a result of the control my instilled in me you surmise that what Noah created artificially has been manifested naturally with these beings? You see now that what Noah did to us was wrong, but this feels so right. Could it be as simple as the right to choose? Never shall I leave their side.
up after you left. That dragonkin really lost his temper. What do I want? World peace, perhaps? Or a puppy? Maybe I just want to be left alone. What an interesting proposition. Very well. You get one straight answer. Ask your question. People had that idea, and most of the gods wanted it. So I did. You mean, did Zaros order me to, or was it of my own volition? As if he would ever give me a straight answer. Did Zaros order it explicitly? No. Would he have done anything to return? Yes. Sure, he sent Azzy in to negotiate. He must have known as well as I that it was futile. So I took the initiative. And what do I receive by way of thanks? He makes me his pariah, his scapegoat. And you think I'm slippery. But I stand by my choices. This world needed things shaking up a bit. Now, don't be greedy. I did just say one. You like to push your luck. And I suppose that's one of your better qualities. So, what's next for me and you? More like you'll try. For all your efforts, you couldn't even stop poor little Lucian. It took the dragonkin to end him, and I've already mastered those mindless idiots. Are you going to sick Zaros on me? I don't think so. He's got bigger fish to fry than little old me. Maybe you'll wake up another elder god to squash me like a bug. Maybe that's what I want you to do. That's enough chit-chat. I'm done here. But before I go, I have a little gift for you. Don't you even want to peek? You'll like it. It's a doozy. Now, isn't that interesting? Your face. I'm not trying to collect you anymore, silly. Already mine. My gift allows you to see into the shadow realm without need of that scrawny ring. Next time, I want you to see me coming.